A Wisconsin man has been arrested for planning to shoot abortion providers, quote, right in the head. Now, of course, I don't need to tell you this is a completely isolated incident. Right-wing terror is not a problem in this country. There is no link or even a need to report on the collective of these incidents. That's a good disclaimer to start with, right?
Yeah, we've heard that many times.
This individual's name is Ralph Lang. Employees at a Motel 6 in Madison, Wisconsin called police after he told them he accidentally fired a gun in his room, according to a criminal complaint that was provided to the Wisconsin State Journal. He also went on to tell police department officers that he bought the gun in 2009 to, quote, lay out abortionists because they are killing babies. Now, we have the map, if we can put it up, of all of these isolated incidents which have nothing to do with each other. They are so few in number that it absolutely makes no sense to have any real reporting about these on mainstream media as a collective. But let's focus, of course, on, let's have American Muslim hearings, because that's really the problem. That's really the problem. Now, the criminal complaint also says that he told the officer, Lang told the officer, he wanted to find the abortion doctor at the local Planned Parenthood clinic and shoot him in the head. He was asked if he was only going to shoot the doctor or also the nurses, and he said, I wish I could line them all up in a row, get a machine gun and mow them all down. And for those who are going to say, it's empty threats, we can't just start going crazy because of every lone guy like this. The guy purchased weapons and he traveled to the place where he was going to do this. He also said he was in Wisconsin a week earlier, but he didn't murder anyone then because he realized he was not 100% in sync with God.
So it was when he became 100% in sync with God that the murdering could...
On his subsequent trip, he was in sync with God and was ready to commit the murders, but he accidentally fired the gun in his Motel 6 room. Mm-hmm. In 2007, Lang was arrested at the same Planned Parenthood clinic after he told an officer that the Bible states that anyone involved in abortion should be executed. You know what's unbelievable about this, ladies and gentlemen? Imagine if the underwear bomber had attempted an underwear bombing, or rather had been arrested for something related to a bombing like that in 2007. Would we not know about him now? Would this not have been wall-to-wall coverage? Much more than it was when he was actually taken off of that plane. This is a man who in 2007 was already arrested for planning to murder anyone involved in abortions. And now he's back. And no, but I guarantee you 99.9% of our audience will never have heard of Robert Lang before today. Before this story. So this, to me, this guy's not any less crazy than the underwear bomber. Barely a mention of this in mainstream media, barely a mention in conservative media. We hear the same lone gunman talk. We hear the same isolated incident talk.
Why are people afraid to talk about right-wing terror?
As a collective.
Yeah.
I don't know. It certainly can't be fear of racism, right? I mean, that we're seeing that by talking about all of the American Muslims. Mm-hmm. Even though many are denying, they're saying it's just statistics. So Robert Lang is a name we should have known.
We'll just put another tack on the map.
If Robert Lang were Muslim, we would all know who he was already. Let's take a break. We are giving away an iPad. I have it here. We are giving this away. Go on to davidpakman.com. A lot of ways to get involved. You get one entry into the giveaway if you sign up for our newsletter or like us on Facebook. Becoming a member is the way to get those 10 entries, though, so make sure to do that. Back after this.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.